시빌런스가 무료 배포 중입니다. 웨이브스에서 나온 보컬 믹싱 꿀템이에요. 보컬 녹음 시 시찰음, 파이어름 등을 컨트롤할 수 있습니다. 지저분한 소리 제거할 때 좋아요. 투어분들도 쉽게 목소리를 깔끔하게 만들 수가 있습니다. 힙합 R&B 만들 때 쓰면 꿀이에요. 다운받는 법은 사인업을 누르고 회원 가입 후 시리얼을 받으면 됩니다. 기간은 12월 16일까지고 시리얼은 16일에 받을 수가 있어요.
You got a spark inside, igniting fire. I know 'cause I've seen it. You could be a force so great who makes waves if you would believe it.
And then the range control is how much I'm taking out, which is indicated up here. As I move it down to take out more, you'll see these waves dip down deeper.
You got a spark inside, igniting fire. I know 'cause I've seen it.
Or less.
You could be a force so great who makes waves if you would believe it.
As always, the trick with any plugin is to make it not really audible to the listener. You want to do the job that you're trying to do, but you don't want to draw attention to the fact that something's actually changing. So you just rock the range amount so it's getting rid of the bad stuff, but not so much that it makes it sound fuzzy or unnatural. Two other controls about the detection circuit.
3-4-10 번들이 88% 할인 중입니다. 플러그인 3개 묶음이에요. 월시, 스테레오 세비지 2 엘레멘츠, 프리피아티 3개입니다. 월시는 전자피아노고 스테레오 세비지는 이미저예요. 프리피아티는 약 60개 프리셋이 들어있는 악기입니다. 초보분들이 간단하게 쓰기 좋아요. 곡 스케치와 메인으로 쓰기가 좋습니다. 연말 할인으로 저렴한 때 득템하세요.
Cross over to the input signal, allowing you to apply stereo processing only to the higher frequencies and leaving your bass untouched. Again, another great feature, great for mixing and mastering. Stereo Savage has a much cleaner and more capable input routing section as well. You can now specify whether the input signal is to be taken from the left, the right, or both channels, and it can cope with mid-side inputs as well as allowing you to invert the phase of either channel if necessary. These are things that might be common requirements if you are recording with stereo microphone setups, but they also have fun, creative uses for people working in the box with soft synths as well. And finally, Stereo Savage now includes an LFO which can be routed to a number of destinations for building, auto panners, and other special effects. And there you have it. I think we can all agree these are fantastic and welcomed new features, and best of all, Stereo Savage 2 is available already on pluginboutique.com. So click the links in the video description for full details, and as always, I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.
웨이스 MM-1이 55% 할인 중입니다. 마스터링 꿀템이에요. 음악 올릴 때 상당히 좋습니다. 간단한 조작으로 꽉 채운 사운드를 만들 수가 있어요. 조작도 상당히 간단합니다. 어마운트, 패러럴, 리미터, 게인 3가지를 메인으로 조작하면 돼요. 하단에 있는 스타일로 곡 장르에 맞춰 사용하면 됩니다. 맥시마이저 역할을 하기 때문에 오존등과 함께 사용해도 좋아요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
For the loud style, let's apply it to the electric guitar bus for some dynamic glue. In this example, I'm first going to exaggerate my amount. Now let's mix some dry signal back in by rocking the parallel mix knob back and forth until it sounds just right. When you want more dynamic energy out of a bus or a track, the punch style is great. Listen to how it brings more life out of our drums.
하모니 엔진이 58% 할인 중입니다. 보컬 믹싱할 때 레알 꿀템이에요. 밋밋한 보컬에 확실한 캐릭터를 줄 수가 있습니다. 팝, R&B 등 트렌디한 음악 하시는 분들에게 많은 도움이 될 거예요. 조작도 간단해서 초보자분들이 쓰기 좋습니다. 기본 프리셋으로 사운드를 디자인해서 사용해도 꿀이에요. 연말 할인으로 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
We're in the key of C right now. We can choose the key here if we want to. And then let's give ourselves a little bit of reverb from Ableton. Okay. can see, here's the lead vocal, and then here are the four harmonies. And what we can do is mute them and only have two. We can pen things differently. We can change the interval here. Put it up an octave, put it up another octave. All of them can be up an octave. But hang on, let's turn this off.
You can get super creative with this, guys. Sorry, I was talking and singing then and it got kind of tricky. Now, of course, guys, a harmonizer wouldn't be a harmonizer if you couldn't send MIDI to it. So what we can do, we can set up a MIDI channel in whatever DAW we're working in. We just need to send our MIDI to the Harmony Engine. And then we'll come into the Harmony Engine here and we can select Chord via MIDI. There's loads of other cool little ones to play with as well, but Chord via MIDI does what it says.
인스타컴포저 번들이 83% 할인 중입니다. EDM, 힙합, R&B 멜로디 찍을 때 꿀이에요. 다양한 패턴의 코드와 멜로디를 AI 자동 생성으로 만들어줘서 아이디어가 없거나 멜로디 찍는 게 힘드신 분들에게 도움이 될 겁니다. 좋은 라인이 나오면 그대로 써도 되고 본인만의 스타일로 수정을 해서 사용해도 좋아요. 연말 할인으로 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
You can assign each of the tracks to any MIDI channel, numbered from 1 to 16. I've kept things simple here and numbered them 1 to 5, corresponding to the MIDI channels in Contact. For each track, you can mute or solo it. Change the overall velocity and octave of each track.
RX10 엘레멘츠가 23% 할인 중입니다. 보컬 믹싱할 때 레아 꿀템이에요. 간단한 조작으로 목소리를 엄청 깔끔하게 만들 수가 있습니다. 이번에 엘레멘츠 버전이 나왔는데 꼭 필요한 기능만 들어있어 간단한 보컬 믹싱이 필요하신 분이 사용하면 좋습니다. 연말 할인으로 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Why so quiet? What are you thinking about? Why so quiet? Why don't you put your phone down? Why so quiet? What are you thinking about? Why so quiet? Why don't you put your phone down?
Get RX Elements or even the entire Elements suite to take your audio to the next level.